finds number 20 Armstrong streaking in. Weaving to the inside is Filiaggi. It's poked away from him. Evans with the pressure, freeing it up. Here's Starr trying to get it to Evans. He will as Evans drives the left wing side. Back pressure, able to swipe it away. He'll stay right in the battle though, taking it right back. All the way to the corner we go. Penguins, Evans, and Wu battling. The Knights will reverse to the opposite side and get a breakout that way. A nice organized outside-inside play. It's popped all the way to the defensive zone for Starr to battle along the wall, supported by Wu. Wu behind the cage, there's Villela, the Penguins' warrior defenseman. It'll be Wu getting a stick in the skates as it's banked up off the boards, off the netting, out of play. We'll get a whistle. You're muted. I can't hear anything, Nick.
Yes.
There, I can't
hear myself in my ear.
I can't either now. I could before.
Hello, 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 hello. Check, check,
I
check,
can
check,
hear
check.
you. I can't hear me.
Check, 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 check.
I hear you.
Oh yeah, I can't hear myself.
Can you hear me?
Check, 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 check. There, I got a little bit of. There we go. Oh, it's echoey. There it is. Austin Wu, Jeremy.
I didn't see what happened as I was watching the breakout. He kind of controlled the puck through the neutral zone. Looked like he had some options. He got down there and must have fired one. I'm not sure who. Was it Wu who scored? I can't tell.
I think Wu kind of took it in the zone and wraparound. The old youth hockey wraparound, jam play.
And I keep hearing a lot of ding, ding, ding.
I hear it's some dinging in my ears now. We've never had that before. Nick Paris, our producer, always changing things up. It must be a new feature where we can actually answer our phone calls and emails with our headsets. We're always pushing the boundaries here at Cine TV. Creatively, technology, prestige worldwide, synergy, all that stuff. Yachts, we don't
Catalina
care.
wine mixers.
Catalina wine mixers, unbelievable.
Are you going to sing for us? As the Penguins lead 1-0 here. There's a play behind, a feed across all the way to the point, fired in. Off the back of a
the big man.
Forward.
That hurt.
And it'll be covered by Hanner. So a great scoring chance there for the Knights as the Penguins lead 1-0 here in Detroit. So I think we're bringing you good. It looks like a good feed to me, Nick. I mean, we're out there. I think we've got live. I think we're out live. So thank you all, as always, for joining us here, Cine TV. You can find us on all the socials, Facebook, Insta, the Twitter. You can also visit cinetv.com, cinetv.com as it's O Canada weekend here as it's a border battle. Let's explain the structure here. The Pens will play 4 Canadian teams over the next 2 days. Based on those standings, they'll play another Canadian team on Sunday as the London Junior Knights crash in, get a good scoring chance. Ever since that Penguins goal, the Knights have cranked things up here, Colby.
So they have a little execution through the zone, and the Pens maybe a little bit too many passes and dangerous passes off the rush, which is messing them up in transition. Straight lines, get pucks in deep, get after pucks. Just nice and simple.
As it's iced by London past the net of Hanner. We'll get a face-off in the offensive zone.
I feel like here, too, it's tough to see maybe even from our angle. Like there's a lot of room down low in the offensive zones behind the net here, just looking down from our spot. Older barn. I think there was word that this rink may have been shutting down as far as last season, and
yeah, I think they were going to put an Amazon distribution center And they did not, as Real peels off the wall. He'll shoot one that's wide of the cage. Filiaggi pokes at it. It's controlled by London. Up they come through center. Pressured by Villela. Good. Heavy.
There's the ice.
There's the ice and the boards. I think the board literally jumped out and grabbed Villela.
There's a big wave of ice right there as the Zamboni comes out in that area. You can see the ice actually go down at the bottom kick plate.
And unfortunately, we're on this ice like all weekend long. This is
3 to 4 inches lower, right where the Zamboni is there.
Yeah.
Right where Tino toe picked.
As it's off the stick of Real into the Knight zone, he'll get in on the forecheck. Good pressure there, able to free it up for the support of Filiaggi. It's controlled by London, though, and back they come. Evans with that F3 pressure to break up the breakout. It'll be Kaminsky getting control. Over to Merlot now, Real. Real's got Evans going to the net. He finds him. Knocked away from him, picked up by Merlot, and spun behind the London Knight net. As you said, probably a little bit more room. They did change the dimensions, probably since this place was kind of put together, and it'll be a London Knight icing. We'll take the puck all the way to the other end.
As we work out some audio kinks to try to get a little bit of that game action in our broadcast and headsets and work out the kinks here. You should see our setup. It's absolutely unbelievable that we're making this and bringing this to you.
Yeah, we got definitely producer Nick Pears earning his $0 paycheck all weekend here as he's got cords running outside.
We're outside / inside right now with a old school tinfoil and a coat hanger satellite dish service out the door of the back here. We're making it all happen for you.
He does have a Wi-Fi extender and his cell phone, I think, pulling some extra signal. We've got all but a satellite on the roof. There is an actual cord running outside to something trying to pick up more signal.
It's absolutely insane, actually, if you think about it, what we're doing here.
But all to bring it to you folks here on Cine TV, our millions upon millions of fans. And speaking of, if you can hear me right now, whether it's live or you're watching the replay, make sure you click the subscribe button. Click the subscribe button below. You can sign into YouTube with your Google account, your Google email. Just sign in. You should be able to sign in with your Google account and click the subscribe button.
That's the key.
Everybody, I got asked, how do I sign in? How do I sign in? Your Google account acts as your YouTube account. So if you have a Google email address, you can sign into YouTube and click the subscribe button. You can also find us at cinetv.com, where we have a merch store. And big news, Colby, dropping on the merch store in the last 2 weeks, a brand new line of CCM.
I saw that. I saw that in the lobby of the hotel last night, or was it this morning?
They run together.
They run together. It was pretty much the same thing since we were up at 6 a.m. to be here for this game that started at 8 a.m. But it looks great. It looks like a great
CCM apparel available now.
Christmas present. Christmas, of course, in the distance. Get it done. Get it out of the way now.
Well, if you're looking for a great present, think about it. These boys, team rules, no hats on the way to the rinks, right?
Yep.
But you know what they can wear in the winter is the toque.
Yeah, which is,
I'm
expecting
what better toque than the Cine TV toque?
I'm expecting the Cine TV toque winter hat will be flying off the shelves this Christmas. Absolute gong show.
I mean, why wait for Christmas? You get a Halloween present. Who doesn't need Halloween? I mean, Cine TV. I bet you there's at least 37 little Cines running around on Halloween this year.
Oh, let's go. Yeah.
Like, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
They got the Cine buns at Costco. As the dad and parent migration takes place.
Yep.
London leaves. Penn's parents roll in. Down here to Cool Guy Corner.
Got a little tap on the way by. I like it.
Yep.
I like it. By the way, the gift card's still in play. If you can hit Chris Filiaggi with the puck.
Yeah. We may up the ante this weekend, actually. I may throw some of my own money into this.
As it's worked behind the Knights net. Wu with the puck pressure. Back pressure by Paris and Armstrong. Forces the dislodged puck at center.
Nice.
Picked up by Villela. He'll fire one in glove hand side. And Montesi, we can see now, the goaltender for the Knights, The Knights again in the white uniforms with the Knight logo on it. They're wearing black pants, black helmets, the white socks with the gold, green, and black striping. Your Pens are in the gin and juice, the Snoop unis.
Oh, what a keep in here by Starzy.
As that's fired in and nicely controlled to the corner where Armstrong gets there. They've got Pittsburgh across the chest from the right shoulder to the left hip. The black pants with gold stripes, the black socks with gold and white stripes, and the iconic gold. Pens the lead helmets as the Knights loft one in to the side of Hanner, who will set it up for Villela. Villela outside to Star. Star to the middle to Wu. Wu through center, defended well and turned back, but Parrish will follow on what becomes an offside play. Penguins will exchange 5 for 5 as we get new lines on the ice. Second period action here from Detroit on Cine TV. It'll be off of a stick to the area behind the Penguins cage this time as Kaminsky wedges it to Merlot, banked off the boards.
Oh, I like
for
that.
Carter. Carter hits Evans. Evans with some speed. Finds a beautiful cross-ice feed. There's Filiaggi and it hits the knob. What breakout, Carter, Evans, Filiaggi to create the 1-on-0 opportunity for the Penguin forward.
I swear to God that happens more often than not as a right-handed shooter from that side when you try to go cross-body, high blocker. I can't tell you how many times that butt end comes into play. It seems like it's pretty much impossible to hit that thing, but I don't know why with that shot as a righty that happens, and a lucky break from Montesi here with the London Knights as he makes a big save on a nicely executed 2-on-1 play.
Shot in, blockered away by Hanner. Rebound, wedged in and past the Penguins goaltender. So a huge save at one end. How many times do you see that? Hanner makes the first save. The Knights get to the rebound, and a shot that's on the ice finds that backside corner, and the Knights tie it at 1.
Just not going away, staying on pucks. That rebound was kicked out fairly far. Big number 11 with the initial shot. He's been absolutely maybe their most noticeable guy, not just because he's huge, but imposing his will in the offensive zone, entering with a big shot that kicks out into that little soft spot. And London there, the pounce on the second opportunity and rebound. Penn standing around him a little bit. Could have maybe got under sticks or sticks on the ice. Just a little more awareness, a little fine detail of defensive play that could be better with this Pens group. But a good job by London to stay on it and bang that goal home on the rebound.
And the Penguins have changed their lines here as Parrish fires it up ice for Hartman. It'll be icing. I thought he might have gotten a stick on that one. Looks like Parrish and Evans will center the second period. Filiaggi and Wu in the first. Real's going to be partnered with Hartman. That first group was what? Filiaggi and...
I have no clue.
Or maybe Filiaggi's still at center. I thought it was Filiaggi and Carter, but maybe it's Evans and Carter. I don't know. We'll see when they come out next time. As Real cuts in off of a stick to the corner, it'll be Hartman getting there. Wedged off the wall, past Paris. Cleared up ice, and here come the Knights into the offensive end. Defended well by Ofteride as he stops. And a bit of a fanned-on shot finds its way to Hanner, and the battle goes behind the cage. The Penguins forward, Parrish comes away with it. He'll fire it across the ice for Hartman. Bouncing puck eludes him, and back come the Knights. Weaving in. Dislodging it is Ofteride with a good stick. It'll be the Knights going on a bit of a low to mid-play there. That's turned aside as the Penguins are back on the puck. It's behind the net for Julius. Now Ofteride. Ofteride off the boards. There's Real all the way through to Armstrong. Now Paris will loft it in. Armstrong chases it down, supported by Evans and Wu. Evans in on the forecheck as they reverse it again. Armstrong with the pressure on Cumberland. Wu breaks it up the wall. It'll dislodge to the center where it's popped forward by Villela, but not far enough, quite far enough for Evans. It'll be Armstrong at center. Taking it away from him is a Knight. Taking it back from him is Jake Starr. And Starr with a bit of speed through center finds Evans. Evans back to Wu in the middle. Comes free to Wu. He'll fire one all the way across. Armstrong, first one there to the corner for Evans. Evans
Spin off him. There you go. There you go.
Spins to the back of the net, stops and starts, creates a little bit of space. He's outnumbered 2-1, but Wu comes in support, feeds it along for Armstrong. He's got Evans in front, wrapping it around,
right
it comes all the way through the crease. And back to center come the London Knights. Penguins with some more good scoring opportunities there. Villela to it. It's bouncing around behind for Wu. Wu with speed through center. He's got Filiaggi and Evans. He'll carry it himself, leaving it to the front.
Wow!
And there's Cameron Evans, and he's got a luxury condo in Roof City, baby, as the Penguins take a 2-1 lead.
And you could hear the Pens coaching staff yelling 3-3 as they entered the zone, and Austin does a good job driving that play down low.
As the defender cut him off, he fed it right in front.
Spinorama, no-look backhand pass, and Evans not jammed in too close to the net, sits in that little nice area, goal scorer area, and it lands right on his stick, and that was on his stick, off his stick, Jeremy, and you said it. The rent is going up in Roof City, and Evans can afford it.
It'll be Filiaggi behind the cage. He's creating space. I love the way the Pens are using those stops and starts to create space as it's wedged out in front again and stopped by Montesi. It'll be Merlot at center. Stopping again, creating space. Here's Paris. Paris weaving in. Head up looking. Finds in front, swiping at it was Carter. I've been supremely impressed with Carter. There's a chance in front, and he's also the first one back on the back check. The effort, energy level as it's turned over to Paris. He'll find Filiaggi. He's got another scoring chance as he cuts in. Goes to one hand on the stick to fight off a defender as the Penguins change lines behind. It'll be Evans getting to it at center. He'll tap it back to the defense to regroup. A good reset there by the Penguins. As it's off Hartman, it'll be an offside play on the Knights.
Some good-looking executed plays, either down low and looking for players in front or off the rush here by the Pens, and they kind of get back to that same recipe that worked through the first part of that first period in creating chances and playing fast.
As the Knights come into the zone, they brought the pressure after the Penguins took a 1-0 lead. Are we going to see more of that here from this London Junior Knight team as Julius tries to exit? It'll ultimately pop to the stick of Real. And talk about pop, he's got pop in those skates. They're like pop rocks down there, just pop, 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 as he was able to drive all the way to the Knight zone before an offside play will give us a face-off in the neutral zone.
You can see when the Pens do it right, and we mentioned it 2 weeks ago in our last weekend games in Cleveland, the D-to-D, just like that. Don't bypass. Let your forwards get organized, and the Pens are doing that, and they're able to play fast in transition, use the ice, and be organized, which saves a lot of headaches.
You and I spoke off the air, and I spoke with a couple people off the air, and we talked about, I thought that last weekend, the Penguins really showed, from game 1 to game 5, was some of the most improvement I've seen in this group.
Yep.
From in one weekend, and I mean probably since they were squirts and all of this was new, really getting more organized. You're seeing that here to start this weekend, so I'm excited what they look like in game 1 and excited what they're going to look like in game 5 as this continues to improve, which is what we're here for, right?
Yeah, it's just doing it consistently through the game, longer periods of time, and cleaning things up, and you'll see this team start to grow and have that ability to really play as a team and be tough to play against.
As Starr wedges it up the wall, it's kept at the point by London. Fired back behind the Penguins' net. Another shot comes in right in front. There's a big stick of Starzy to dislodge it. Paris looking up ice. It avoids Wu. It's icing if it's far enough, and it is, but the Pens will get a much-needed line change there. So you hear City TV, best youth hockey coverage in the galaxy, folks.
Any galaxy.
Any galaxy. Any galaxy. We'll give you an injury update here. We are still missing Carter Schub with a UBI, an upper body injury.
Shooby-dooby-doo.
But what did we see at practice this week, Colby? I wasn't there a lot, I only made about the last 5 minutes of practice, but I did see in a red jersey the no contact for the Shub on the ice, folks. So it is the return of the Shub is imminent.
It's good to see him back out there. I know lots of conversations about, as you can imagine, with any 12-year-old losing his mind. How do you stay busy, active, athletic kid as Carter Shub is, being stuck in a sling, and good to see him back on the ice. Shoulder-to-shoulder action right in your kitchen down here as Filiaggi goes shoulder-to-shoulder with Chamberlain as he gets back to his feet, and Filiaggi has a puck.
He goes deep to Carter. Carter looked in front for Evans. It's picked off and back come the Knights. To the outside, I've noticed this diminutive 13 as well, as Evans takes it away from the big power forward. He looks up ice, he finds it, but Hartman's a step offside.
It was that close. Yeah, an odd combination there. It's like Marty St. Louis and Vinny Lacavalier, 11 and 13. Or Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you will, from the famed movie Twins, Jeremy.
Or Shrek and Donkey.
Shrek. For all the brothers and sisters, we need a reference for all age groups, Aaron. We got it to you.
Shot from the Knights blocked by the stick of reel to the corner to be battled for by Ofterheide. Wedged against the wall by Parrish, back to Ofterheide. He'll stop and twist back the other direction. Penguins, a couple sticks in the feet here, a couple tripping potential infractions let go. The Penguins bench was in a conversation there with the official about it. So we'll see if either that brought attention to it or ticked off a referee. As Parrish battles all the way behind. Great body position there by the Penguins center iceman to keep that play behind as it's ultimately wedged by a Penguin towards the net. It'll come back to the point for the Knights. A shot off the skate of Parrish. And he's hobbled a bit as he tries to make his way to the bench. Fed up ice, Reel at the blue line had to stop. He was just a bit too far in front on that one. As it's crammed back in the Penguins' end as the Knights have tilted the ice here in the last, say, 5 minutes or so. We're climbing just inside of 5 minutes to play here in period number 2. The Penguins leading 2-1 over the London Junior Knights from London, Ontario. And I think earlier you talked a little bit about all the famous players coming out of London, but I think you were muted at the time.
Yeah, Nazem Kadri just won the Stanley Cup, brought the cup back to London. Drew Doughty, Penguins' own Jeff Carter now, who's had a great career, goal-scoring career in the NHL, a real hockey hotbed. Of course, with the London Knights being the main attraction. They fill that rink every weekend there in London, and the Hunter brothers run a great program there. Patrick Kane played there as well.
As Evans finds Woo, crams it towards the net. He just couldn't get solid wood with the sticks in the way. Those Evans and Armstrong behind the net playing a little tap back and forth. As Armstrong gets control, he finds Evans. Evans tries to jump to the inside. It's taken away. Osman, the defender for the Knights, we've called that name a couple times as well. Number 14 for them has been noticeable on the back end. As it comes to Valella. Oh, it's off the big forward to the corner. Centering pass, off a stick in front. Picked up, swiped that all the way back to center.
There's a pass and a play that was a turnover, Jeremy, where, you know, you got to think as a player, and I think we'll see this start to come a little bit better this year, but there's area passes and there's tape-to-tape passes. You got a defender on you. Sometimes you got to lay it into an area, pass that defender or that forechecking forward. Even off breakouts, wingers just, you know, you got a defender in that lane. You can make a tape-to-tape pass. It was risky to hit skates. You can just lay it out in front into that area for your centerman to support. Just getting your mind around those little plays. We're starting to see a little bit more of that, those area plays to guys as they get used to playing a little bit more structured, organized game with those concepts.
A little bonjour out there to the French class at Hampton. Streaming Cine TV. Paris running across with Carter. Gets free for a laser that just misses the cage.
Look at the rotation on forechecks here. I've seen it on breakouts as well. Letting guys in the areas do their job, and then the support and guys bellying under in support areas. Not rushing three guys chasing the puck like absolute morons. throw a blanket over the entire 5 guys on the ice, and we're seeing it's much more spread out, letting guys work their magic, free up pucks, and create. Oh, what a...
As Carter weaves to the middle, his shot blocked.
That was a great play. Carter noticeable today.
Very. I think it's his breakout party weekend.
Love to see it.
He's been, and he does all the big and little things right. As the puck's worked in front of the Penguins net, picked up by Reel. He'll wedge it all the way up ice looking for Hartman as Hartman released on that opposite side. 2 speed demons there trying to free each other up as the Knights come back in. Trying to dance off their hide. He'll say, no, thank you, sir, and send it to the corner. The Knights gather it there. There's the stick of Reel breaking up a pass to the middle. Now Hartman. Hartman battles all the way to the wall. Where Ofterhide dislodges it, but the Knights will center one through. Hartman there with the pressure on the defense. As the Knights now pressure the Penguins in their own end. It'll be Ofterhide to Reel. Reel head up, looking, able to go indirect off the wall and just couldn't squeak it past the defender. He stays with it, though, and he'll bank it off the wall this time to himself. Breaking free, shoveling one. Oh, trying to get it towards the net. Good back pressure. Is able to dislodge it. Evans gets in on a battle. As the Penguins begin that forecheck process, they'll change behind the play. Wu and Armstrong on the ice as the Knights weave through. Defended well by the Pens defenseman Starr, who uses the head and shoulder fake to get some space. Reverse sides, and there's Armstrong to Wu. Wu's got Evans. Driving in, looking nice. Poke check there. It'll still stay to the stick of Wu. Feeds it cross ice to Army for a shot that screams wide of the cage.
Great look by Wu. That's through the seams, through layers. Armstrong kind of backdoor, getting lost on that back faceoff circle. Nice job to find him.
The scoring chance at one end, back to the other we go. We saw this before as Evans tripped up behind the play. Again, no tripping call, so we're going to play through those, which just get up and keep going, folks. As the Knights will dump it back behind Hanner. He's back to play it, looking for an assist. If he can get a one-pass snipey here. Handman looking to add to the point total as Starr winds it up through center all the way to the Knights' end. He'll bank it off the board to himself, controlling behind the net. Penguins changing again as Starr stops, twists, still with the puck, looking in front. Tried for Filiaggi. He'll find him along the wall. Back to Starr as the Penguins battle in the corner. All the way up come the Knights to the blue line. Dislodged at center, brought back in by Carter, but taken away from him, and back come the Knights. That horn you hear indicates the end of the second period, a second period that saw the Penguins get a go-ahead goal in front on a beautiful feed from Austin Wu to Cameron Evans, and the Penguins will go to the intermission break, gathered around head coach Jeff Hannon and assistant coach, the doctor, Jason Julius. As the migration begins here from one side to the other,
as we
like
all
a
suck
flock
in,
of geese.
It's very tight back here, and there's a lot of heavy-set fathers wheeling by as we all suck in to make room. Just kidding.
And Mark Villella is now offended.
Complete offense as
he's like, I would like
very
everyone to know.
Self-conscious. We know he works out, so yeah, credit to you. He was very offended.
There's not a single Villella on the planet who's overweight. So, and you can tell by the skinniness of his pantaloons today that he is very proud of it.
That's my actually new move. I wear a button-down black shirt with skinny tight pants. Everyone asks me if I've lost weight. Of course not. I have not. I am just disguising, and I found a recipe that works well with my gear. It's complete hand-eye foolery, illusion, clothing illusion, Jeremy.
I think you should go full on Zuba stripes.
Zuba stripes, Harry Styles.
Like Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, that one. That's brutal. Like the zebra thingy?
Yeah.
Oh, those are brutal.
Those are phenomenally brutal.
It's like, if I wore those, they'd go, are those stretch marks? Or my pants have stretch marks.
The Penguins, Evans to the middle for Filiaggi. That's covered and held.
Of course, my favorite conversations, Jeremy. Today, 8 o'clock game. We're now in the third period. We don't play again until 4:30, which leaves me to wonder, where will we be doing lunch? When do we get a nap? When the real hockey dad action begins, the thinking starts. the juices are starting to get going. The mouths start watering.
I believe there's a potential plan for a
Team
in-hotel
dinner,
barbecue.
lunch, or something I heard on the
So
chat.
Maybe we'll be able to. Maybe we'll try to go live from there, mobile, at the team barbecue between games. What do you think?
I would love that.
Maybe get a player interview live on Cine TV. So, hey, that's one thing. Make sure you subscribe. And if you subscribe and click on the alerts, you can see if we decide to go live from the barbecue. You may be able to check in with your favorite Pens Elite player here on Cine TV. No promises, but it is possible.
And I noticed we do have the LA Kings team at our hotel too, so maybe some opposing team interviews or interactions or dual interviews with our guy and their guy, a little action. I don't know. Anything could happen.
Well, in a border battle, they're on the same team.
They are.
I mean, it's U.S. and Canada.
It's Ryder
in the
Cup
clash
format.
Here. Yep. So, puck off the boards in the Penguin zone will be gathered in by Julius. Penguins
There
leading
we
by
go.
one.
Don't keep going. There you go.
As
there you go.
Oh.
We just got a great view of what they worked on all week in practice. It looks boring. There's no toe drags involved, Jeremy, but it's effective, and it works.
No Michigans on that play, but they were able to break it out of the zone and take the puck out of their own end. So,
No one going viral off of that executed breakout.
speaking of viral, it's good to see the Canadian teams allowed back in the United States.
Oh, my God.
As a bouncing puck is controlled by Wu and taken by the Knights to be dumped in on the dump and chase. That'll be an icing. Oh, I thought he got the red line, but from this vantage point, who can tell what color the lines are? And on this ice that has been Zamboni twice in the last 4 years. Oh, boy. Yeah, Viking Ice Arena here. They were going to tear it down at one point in time to build a Amazon distribution center. They've decided not to, and
Quiet
the
outside.
maintenance
It's easy
budget
to get in.
was that of a rink that was going to be torn down. So
Quiet outside, easy to get in. Lots of parking here at the Viking Arena. There's a food truck out there this morning, which was really cool. Coffee, donut truck. And I think they'll have that around at other rinks all over the place. Star looked for Armstrong there. It'll be an icing and face off back in the D zone. Just a missed pass.
here we are in the suburbs of Detroit. I drove by the Jeep assembly plant on the way in, and my favorite part, like I know the city's around the corner when you pass the big Pistons like oil and gas ball that sits off on the side of the highway. It's one of my, I always tap Cam in the back like, hey, you're gonna see the city soon as the skyline of Detroit comes into view. We had about 20 to 30 minutes past that before we got to the Home 2 Suites, where we'll be spending the weekend. As Brady Paris drives into the offensive end. He's turned back the other way. The stick of Valello will free it up and keep it in the zone briefly, but back come the Knights. They'll gain center red this time for the dump in, picked up by Hanner, banked off the boards by Starr to Valello. Valello with a turnover. Here come the Knights. Great stick by Filiaggi, support by Paris, and they freed up Rio to go up the outside, where he's most dangerous as he fires it and hits off the blocker. I thought he caught knob of the stick again, but I think it was all blocker that time.
We saw in that breakout just now, Starr just bumps it over for no reason to Valello. He throws it away. I mean, communication is key. You know, yelling time. They're making a wholesale change and avoided a little bit of trouble with a couple turnovers almost by the Pens.
Rio with the puck in his skates will be aided by Wu, gets it to Evans. Evans to Reel at the blue line. Reel just kind of on the other side of the defense there, trying to get free, but it's wedged aside, and it's a 2-on-1 back the other way. In, firing up and over the cage. As Evans rips through on the back check, it'll be Wu picking things up. He's up to Kaminsky leading the rush. The big defender for the Penguins fires one in. Rebound sat to the side. And the Knights fire it back to center. It'll be Kaminsky and Merlot. Indirect off the boards results in a turnover, and back come the Knights to fire it into the Pens.
Here. This is exactly the same thing. Good job.
Kaminsky under immediate pressure, able to get the puck. Are the Knights off the stick of Merlot as it bounces around in front. It'll be kept in at the point. Fired all the way around Kaminsky. First one there. He's body checked. As they do let more go. I like not calling that. That's a good no call in my mind.
Shoulder to shoulder, nothing happened. No one fell down. It's just a battle.
As the puck dislodges to the front of the Penguins cage, it'll be Real getting there with speed. Can he get around the defender? Instead, he'll pull up and look for Filiaggi, who was flying down the middle. It just misses his stick, and another battle along the boards as the bodies hit the floor a bit. It'll be Carter coming out, sending it to the point for Hartman. Hartman down low, yanked down on the play. See, I'd like to see that one called. Was Carter.
Well, when you have possession and an advantage,
and you get hauled down.
I don't mind the battle stuff in a 50-50, and okay, but they're letting them play here.
Even the
their
sticks and the
whistles might be frozen.
Usually,
it is cold here. I don't think we've seen a penalty called yet.
We have not. We have not.
My coffee just kicking in. Here we go.
As it's off the skate of Filiaggi, gathered in by the Knights behind, off their hide. Able to pin him against the wall, and the Penguins will look to outnumber.
Sticks down. There you go. They're getting their sticks wedged in. Stick on puck. Sticks down. Stick down.
Filiaggi will win that war. Up to Hartman. It's off his stick, back to the point. And back behind the net we go. Off their hide. On the backhand, up the wall for Carter. Good job coming back and catching it, not standing still with speed. Able to get it out to Julius, who's up ice to Hartman.
Oh,
he fires one all the way in as the Penguins get a line change, and he crashes into the Knights bench.
The Hartman tab for game socks or practice socks will be high as he's crashing down to the ice, and old Hartman there. He's all heart, hence the name.
To Woo through center, into the zone, weaving, firing his Parrish. He can't get it all the way through, but it sits loose in front to come free to Woo, who wedges it high off the shoulder, and a wraparound chance kept out by either the goalie or a defenseman.
It's a good battle by all three players on this line to converge and create.
Into the corner. Kept in by Villela. Shot towards the net. As it continued to be battled for in the Knight zone, and they'll finally get it out to center. Off the boards, they'll look for a change as Starr. Did you see 11 there trying to read the D-to-D play and pick it off? Starr smartly does not send that puck across, or it would have been picked off for sure.
Take what they give you, and he makes a good read, good heads-up play, and gets his Penguins team in transition again.
Penguins keeping it toward the Knight zone as Merlot banks it off the boards, trying to hit Parrish cutting in.
Oh, here we go.
Here's Real. He's free. He fires, and it's just wide of the far post.
Little line change as Real and Filiaggi jump on the ice. Brady Parrish still disrupting up ice, and a little break where it springs free to Real. He's had a couple looks, one coming down that right side, that one off a quick turnover where he's in more alone on that one, and here he goes again.
Here's Real left side, cutting to the middle. On the forehand, he'll fire one off the blocker. Rebound in front, battled for by Filiaggi and turned away by the Knights. A 3-on-2 developing here as the Penguins get on the back check. It'll be a potential 2-on-1. Good stick. Great stick by the Pens defenseman Merlot. To the point, winding, firing it wide. Picking it up opposite side. They tap it to the outside. Crashing down is Merlot with another great play. Filiaggi stick tied up on the net, kicks at it. It's still free behind as they bring it out in front. Off-hander, in front, it's loose. And cleared by Real. He's got Evans. Can the Penguins get a transition play? Here's Evans, challenges both defenders, is turned aside. Real with it though. Back to Evans as they play catch to the corner. Evans rims it behind looking for Woo. It's past him to the opposite side where Julius will pick it up at the blue line. In front, Evans couldn't get a stick on it before it's cleared by the Knights out to center.
Time right here for Ryland as he uses his D partner. That's the play. Strong side to weak side. And we could see our transition really coming into play, I think, here today, just with, those simple organized passes, and it's really allowed them to get up ice and get in transition, attack off the rush, create scoring opportunities.
So get used to this view, folks. This is where we'll be for 4 games. Well, we might be on the other rink at some point in time as Oftereye comes away with it down to the ice. He's able to get it to Woo. It's off the skate of Carter. but all the way into the Knights' end for Wu to track down. We did want to mention, we forgot last broadcast 2 weeks ago to mention a couple birthdays that are now 2 weeks old, but Dylan Hartman and Carter Schub with birthday wishes.
Oh! Dylan Hartman, just a nice no-look. Looked like he was going to put it on net. Oh, here we go. Oh! Hartman all
Wu
over
cross-ice to Hartman.
The birthday boy from belated birthday boy.
As a bouncing puck in front is popped back out. On comes the Knights for a dump and change. Hanner will set it up. He goes up the boards to Brody Carter. Carter hitting Filiaggi, hopping through center with the power crossovers. Falls down on a power stop. That's probably more ice than skill on that one. As it's popped back to the corner, Starr will pick it up. We're inside of the 5-minute mark, 4:30 and change to play here as Starr's in a battle behind. Great job by Jake Starr to win a battle, get right back up.
Yep.
While the other kid's still on the ice, Jake Starr gets control and the puck's out through center. As Filiaggi into the offensive end. He's cut off by the Knight defense. You're going to see the Knights begin to press here. It should open up things behind them, but the Pens also have to be cautious on the back end as the Knights are going to be looking to get that equalizing goal here. You'll see them come hard and heavy as they'll ice the puck, and we'll get a whistle to head to the other side.
4:02 on the clock. The dying minutes of this game that has been back and forth. I think the Pens have outchanced London. I think it'd be fair to say that the Knights have created some pretty good scoring opportunities. Of course, noticeable big man, number 11 for this London Junior Knights hockey team. And a one-goal game and tight to the bitter end here. We'll see what happens.
As a shot's gloved and played by the Knight goaltender there. Interesting decision. See if this will pay off for the Knights to keep the clock moving and play going. As the Pens will get control, it's Kaminsky. Swiped away from him, and the Knights will regroup in their own end. A D-to-D play, pressured by Armstrong, but back they come. A nice tap all the way through. There's Merlot.
Uh-oh. Good stick.
Drug around, and there's Paris. Oof. Nice play as it's wedged further by the Pens, picked up by the Knights here. Knights with it behind the Penguins net as they
twist.
Stick
on ice, stick on the ice.
Kaminsky defending. Wu in to help as well. Merlot guarding in front of the net as it goes back to the point. Shot in, bouncing puck, gathered, shot just wide. There's that scoring chance by London. And Wu will take the heat out of a very, very warm kitchen. Off the stick of Armstrong, he's back on the puck as Wu wedges it all the way in behind.
Just under 3 minutes now left in this game. As London, you mentioned it, they were going to turn it up here and push to try to get the tie this game up, and lots of action down here now in the Pens defensive zone.
Ofterhide battling along the boards as the Knights reverse it. There's Filiaggi. Filiaggi and Ofterhide team up. Great puck support by those two. As it's banked up the boards and out of the zone by Reel. The Knights will control. Puck possession, such a key. As sometimes just like reversing it, getting control. Here's Ofterhide with it in the Pens end. He banks it off the wall for Julius. Julius up to Reel. Reel gets control this time. He's out into the offensive end. He's got Evans cutting. He'll fire it to him. Evans off his skate, gathers it in to the point. There's Villela firing one. It's up in the air like a field goal off of a stick. Evans will battle behind. He dislodges it looking for Filiaggi, who's getting to that F3 spot. You don't mind that play there, as the Penguins do need to be cognizant. It's a 1-on-2. Starr with a bit of an outside position, able to just win war. As Reel gets to it, it's turned over at the blue line to be fired back in behind. There's Villela inside of a minute and a half here. As Bate comes off the wall, great stick by Wu. That's one of his, he's been just dynamite today. As Bates down behind, the referee looking to potentially blow the whistle. He'll hold on to it.
Goalie
Net
is
empty
out.
at the other end as the Knights weave in front, firing one wide. It'll be Evans to the puck. He wedges it off the wall, out to center, Reel. He gets it further towards Wu, who chasing after it. Immediate pressure from the Penguins forward there. Knights get control, but it's Reel with the puck. Heavy off the boards. There's Wu in front, comes free to Paris. His shot off a body, bounces behind an empty cage.
Just under a minute now.
Great pressure, frees it up for a slapper by reel that goes off of a skate. And the Knights are back. Penguins forwards need to get back in that defensive zone here. There's Reel doing just that. His clearing attempt goes right to the big forward, though. Wu there to pick it up. He goes off the wall. Here's Paris out the center. Get the red and get it deep, folks. Don't worry about the empty netter. Just get back and defend
Offside.
as the Knights are offside.
25 seconds as this game's getting frantic. Empty net opportunities for the Penguins at the other end, and a couple bouncing pucks in and around Hanner as big number 11 was sniffing.
The face-off back to the Knights line. Will they put the goaltender back in? It does not appear to be so. It'll be right outside the London line.
Timeout here by London, it appears.
And they're gonna take the 60-second break. 9-11. Isn't that a portion? That's also the number of subscribers that we have. 9-11 right now. We need to bump that up. If you hear me right now, hit the subscribe button. Sign into your Google account.
Google.
Google. That's for the French class.
Yes.
In Hampton.
That's good. Bonjour, mes amis.
So it's third period action. Penguins lead. We'll give you the Cine TV crew here.
Subscription. That's a little Cajun man, Adam Sandler, old SNL reference. That's not French. I don't know what that was, but Cajun man.
We'll take it. That would be Bayou, which would be French-inspired.
The Creole.
The Creole, as we got cameraman in the corner. I wish you could see this, folks. We're going to maybe post a picture of the telescopic
Oh, it's ridiculous.
tripod that we have now.
This tripod's illegal in like 18 states. It's so big.
Luckily not Michigan, but
Yeah.
Chris Merlot working the camera.
It may be in Michigan. We're unsure, but we're breaking the law.
We've got Nick Paris working the truck, absolutely doing great out here for us. We've got color commentary by Colby Armstrong and play-by-play by Jeremy Evans as Paris gets control. Bouncing puck at the blue line.
There it
Penguins
is.
wedge it all the way out the center
10 seconds, Jeremy, on the clock.
as it's dumped in wide of Hanner. Star there
Clear it.
behind the net.
Get it around.
In the corner. Penguins control as time ticks away. The Penguins are going to be 1-0 in the border battle with a 2-1 win over the London Junior Knights. And this, Colby, was a phenomenal
I have
win.
I have to say, a phenomenal win. And I think we saw for majority of the game a consistency with what we saw at practice and what we talked about, just that organization, those great D-to-D outlet passes, forward supporting, defensively, sticks on the ice, letting guys do their jobs, and a really great game in transition as well, and executing for the Penguins and their ability to play fast. And I didn't know what to expect. You know, we haven't seen a lot of these teams and these teams from Ontario that are down for this tournament, but a 2-1 win, great group effort and great team play by both teams. I mean, that was a really solid back and forth game. Pens, I think, carried majority of the puck possession and opportunities, but a really good, solid, consistent game by both teams.
Well, not a lot of errors and great flow, that in and out flow that you talk about a lot. You know, that the way the game just feels, the rhythm, and being able to just kind of snap a few passes off, be organized, get out of the zone. This was the best zone exit game the Penguins have had.
And I think the most
far.
consistent in that. And you can see the practices are starting to pay off. The kids starting to grasp that. And, you know, that team play is...
Tons of credit to Coach Hannon on that. I mean,
absolutely, And,
you know,
and
practice
patience.
design and all of that. So, you know, we're excited. We're going to bring you some more Cine TV action here. Remember, cinetv.com. Hit the subscribe button. Follow us on the socials as we get ready. It'll be 4:30 against the Kitchener Rangers. So 4:30.